Within the borders of the United States of America, New York City is the great melting pot. The hope of achieving wealth and prosperity continues to attract immigrants from around the world. 1 in every 38 people in the United States lives in New York City. A perhaps unintentional result of the recent focus on borders in the United States is that borders can unexpectedly keep people in.
Right now I have a green card, but if I travel abroad, I have to use my Pakistani passport. And since I don't trust the way things are going and decisions are made on a whim, and people's lives are affected and endangered and hampered, I decided that I'll just stay within these borders and for the moment and travel when I have a blue passport.
For the undocumented, particularly seasonal and daily workers, however, economic problems are threatening to become much more severe in the foreseeable future. Rather than face deportation, many are keeping a low profile, and aid workers feel that many, including children, may be going hungry. For these people trapped within the borders of the United States, fear is replacing hope. Sylvia is a volunteer at the Lion's Share Pantry attached to St. Mark's Church in Queens.
We currently assist over 100 families, and that help trickles down to about 360 people. 80% of the people who come are Spanish speakers. We have the average are senior citizens. Some of them are even in receipt of a pension, but it's not enough to make ends meet. They have to pay the rent, they have to pay their utilities, and the only place where they can have some flexibility is food. They have to pay their medical copays, they have no option. The oldest person when we have is 92 years old, imagine that. And the youngest is a lady in her early 20s, 21, 22, with 2 children, lives with her elderly parents, works, but she's only at a retail store, but she's only given 19 hours a week, just so that they don't have the obligation to give her medical insurance. So we know that there's people there who have no other ways to get food.
I visited the food pantry twice with Sylvia and noticed that there was a serious escalation in fear during my second visit in mid-April. In April, several people approached me and asked me not to use the footage I had taken during my earlier visit, as they were afraid of who might see it. Similarly, many of the volunteers were uncomfortable this time and did not wish to be filmed. New York police are not detaining the undocumented. However, Federal Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents, also known as ICE, are reportedly arresting undocumented people on their way to work, near places of assistance such as the food pantry and around schools.
They're afraid of La Migra. They were afraid of federal immigration officers. Although New York is a safe haven and a policeman cannot come to you and say, excuse me, are you here illegally from whatever, federal officers, they can come. And there's been a rumor, especially in the Latin community, then there's the ICE immigration, that they are targeting these places where people are seeking assistance, and then they are harassing these people. So they didn't want to come, and we told them come, they can wait in the church, and people are worried. They are really worried.
Yes.
Immigrants are scared to bring their children to school. In February, I believe there was a decline of school attendance in some districts, and people are afraid in general.
On my last visit to the food pantry, people snuck in with hoods over their heads, parked their food carts and quickly passed through to the adjoining church to sit with their hoodies up while waiting for their number to be called so they could go and collect their food.
So what they are is people come with their carts and then they park them there. And we let them wait in the church. We don't want them to be out in the cold. So they park their carts here, and when it's their turn, they pick up their cart, then they get their food, and then they leave. So this is for them to carry their things.
I spoke to Sylvia's colleague, the coordinator of the food pantry.
Do people have to worry when they come here to the church? Do they have to worry about deportation?
I do not think so. We were assured of this fact by our Senator Peralta. He actually came to the church one Sunday because I'm the coordinator of the food pantry, and I noticed that our numbers have gone down considerably, who wants to be picked up and deported for a bag of rice? But we were assured New York State is a safe haven.
Although the food pantry was assured by Democrat Senator Jose Peralta that ICE agents, Federal Immigration and Customs agents, would not enter the church, the coordinator has a robust plan of action in mind in case they do.
We were assured by the senator that no one from immigration can come through those doors with or without a warrant and take anyone away. If they do come, we will apprehend them, put them someplace, and then call the New York Police Department to come before they can go any further. So I don't think the people who come here need to be afraid.
The coordinator is ready for the fight and is not planning to abandon those in need. New Yorkers led by Mayor Bill de Blasio are refusing to cooperate in deportations, are refusing to cooperate in setting up a registry of Muslims, and are refusing to cooperate in targeting immigrant children in schools. In other words, there are tough times ahead for those who would seek to peddle fear and divide communities in New York. It is, however, the most vulnerable who will continue to suffer most.